Daddy daycare. I can't. Daddy daycare in the building. Clezzy. Daddy daycare in the building. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't hear anything running out here. Daddy daycare in the building. What's up, class? What up, Dukes?
Hey, where's Princess?
She works a half a day today. That should be off half of next week. I gotta retire my wife, but I'm like, even if I did retire my wife, would we get along?
No. What you gonna do? You're gonna be like sitting there looking at each other. She's gonna ride around and look at houses with you.
This is the real class. The real. I'm talking to my wife the other day. I'm like, even if you didn't go to work, we'd just be arguing all day.
All day long.
I would do what I want. You want me to do what you want me to want. You want me to do what you want. So you said you're self-funded. Ronnie, we're putting our bullets up, class, as we get rocking and rolling for our final Ask a Haskins for 2018.
2018 is over.
You're self-funded. We both has access to cash. That's real ghetto.
Has access to cash. Haskins.
What about if I want 500,000, or if I need a deal to do 700,000? I mean, I'm just throwing it at you.
It's a very good point, because I'm looking at this prospectus I just sent you via email. I need a couple $100,000 right now, liquid. And okay, yeah, I would love to find a way to fund that or whatever, but you're gonna have to put it here.
My point is, and I'm making a point as I was in the mindset of having X amount of dollars for the last X amount of years, right? But I'm like, you know what? Why not having X plus another 500? Or X plus another 700, so I can have, I know people that have access to 13 or 14 million. And I know some guys have access to nothing, So are you saying that you don't need it? Is that when we just started that conversation a few minutes ago?
Yeah, I don't need funding for my business. But as far as being an entrepreneur, yeah, I could definitely use more access to cash to monetize some of the opportunities that come before me.
Oh, yeah, man. Okay, that's cool. That's why we talk.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it.
Yeah. If you had $200,000 to give me right now, I could turn it into a $500,000 property in the mountains.
Yeah,
that's rented out already.
Internet, health, wealth, friends, vacation. That was a good one. Crowdfunding. Class, we're going to talk about things we're going to do different. Realist, what up? Yeah, I made a mistake on that one. Hey, Rosanna. Jordan, what up, Duke? Calvin, hey. Realist, my brother. Yep. We should bring him on, right?
We should bring the realist on, man. Realist been with us since day one.
That dude. Healing. What's good? Chris, what up, dog? I needed Chris. We're going to do a class with you, brother. Eleanor, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is so cool. We get to cut it on and share. Welcome, class. My name is Chris Haskins. I am a real estate entrepreneur. I get to help raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. My mission, that is my ministry. On Fridays, I get to actually hang out with my brother, who is a car entrepreneur who has been buying and selling cars since the late 1990s. And now he has agreed to come with me as we build this Haskins empire and share what we have learned since back in the day and bring it to you. What's up, Ronnie?
What's up, Christopher Haskins, Mr. Real Estate? I am Ronnie Haskins. I have been the owner of Auto Search USA in Colorado Springs for going on 20 years. And I'm happy to be sharing my time with my brother and learning more about real estate and entrepreneurism and how we can make 2019 the best year ever. We got to get that out of our minds. 2018 is over. All the grieving and woes and lost money and this and that, it's done. Let's get ready to get going. Let's go. Let's go for 2019.
Let me ask you, Ronnie, if someone were to ask you, how was 18 for you regarding business? Wow. Say.
Look, man, 2018 was the best year ever. I mean, I'm not making it up. I hate even saying it because people are like, what do you mean it's the best year ever? It's like, what do we measure? You know, I measure the gross revenue. And so my revenues were up last year from the year before. I had some new hires. I had new implementation in my business. So the bottom line, we grew last year. But I learned something, man. I learned a deep lesson for myself. I've been shooting for 5 million for a long time. And I just realized that my goals are too small. I need to be shooting for $10 million a year in revenue. So it's a big,
too small.
Yeah, it's a big hump for me to get my brain over. But I'm like, man, I've got to up that goal. It can be attainable, you know, right. So I've got to get that goal up in my mind. And then I can start to look at it backwards and start putting the pieces in place, like another employee, another stakeholder, whatever, that'll help get me to 10 million.
Reverse engineer it.
Yes. Yeah. I learned that. That's a big lesson I learned in 18. My goals have been too small.
You know, I'm the same way, right? I remember kind of like, I was like, I want to just get one house paid for. I want to pay one house off. God, let me get that, you know? It's like when you do it, it's like, man, that wasn't shit. You know, it's like, I'm sure for you, it's like you did it and you move on, you know?
Well, let me break it down for you. So like I was sitting around like right before Christmas and I was like, wow, I have not invested. Most of the time when you own a business, guys, you know, throughout the year, you want to take advantage of this opportunity. You want to spend money on this. Something breaks. You have to put your own personal money into your business to keep it going. And this was the first year in a long time that I can remember that I didn't put a dime into my business as far as coming out of my personal money into my business, which is crazy. So that's when it hit me. I was like, oh man, my goals are too low. You know, I should be, because I'm super comfortable. Like, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Everything's paid for. It's not a big deal. So I'm ready to expand my brain and move myself to a higher level so that I can feel that pressure again.
Yeah, that pressure. I'm the same way, dude. I'm like, I know X amount is coming in every month. Years ago, I was like, oh Lord, how am I going to pay the mortgage? Or how am I going to do this?
Yeah,
now it's like
$50.
All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Class, make sure you please subscribe to our channels. We are taking time out of our day, especially, I don't know about my brother, but I'm doing daddy daycare. Kids are out of school, so I have to do that. Like the content, share with it, and please, we're going to bring somebody on today. If you want to come on the Ask a Haskins, put it in the chat box with your handle from your Google. Did I say that right? Your Hangout handle?
I think you
did. Is that what it is, man?
I think you did, yeah.
If you want to come on, my brother and I have decided that from now on, we're going to bring somebody on. We love to be honest with you, we're nothing without you. We are absolutely nothing. So we want to bring you
run and hide, Rosanna Jackson. Get your video camera on. I see you, Rosanna.
Yeah, I think Rosanna kind of fancy.
Yeah, but she be hiding, man. They be hiding. I'm like, we're going to go live. We're going to bring you on. And then they disappear.
I think she's fancy. All right, so if you want to come on, put over there, hey, bring me on, put your name and your city and put your Gmail, I'll bring you on. We can go over some of this stuff together. What's so important, Ronnie, for me is like, let's start with friend. Which one do you want to start with, brother?
Let's just talk about, so you don't really have it on your board, but let's just talk about, write this on your board. Failures in 2018 that we are not going to repeat. You know, like I need a shorter term for that. But what lessons did you learn that you failed at that you don't have to fail at that again? It's like I failed at this. It sucked, and I'm ready to do something different, and I have grown from it. So, what did you learn? Just one thing. Just one thing.
I learned that I've always got to be asking for money all the time. You know, all the time. I had a lender call. I don't want to say call one of my loans, but he told me, he was like, you know what? I got X amount of dollars with you. I need to get some of that money back. And I was up all night, and I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm glad this has happened because it's going to strengthen my muscle to go out there and raise new money. I got to raise new money.
Let me hear you. So you were comfortable. Everything's rolling smooth. Money's sitting right here. And the guy called you and was like, I need my money right now.
Yeah, it wasn't that quick, but yeah, at the end of the day, he needs his money.
Okay. So yeah, he's ready to pull out and sell. And you're like, okay, I got to fund this and I got to do something else. So it changed your thinking. So what did you learn from that? Like you said, more capital.
Always. This is what we're gonna get to. Well, we'll get to that one. Always always be looking for money, dog. Always. You know, I've been like you. I don't feel that pressure anymore, which I didn't necessarily like the pressure because we're always trying to get to a certain level in life, but you never get there.
I feel like this. Like I was talking to my financial planner, and we're talking about paying off the houses and having like 0 mortgages, and it scares me. I'm like, what is gonna push me to want to keep moving? You know, like if I don't have that in my life, that pressure, what is going to motivate me to go? You know, so I've always had it, like since I can remember, it's always been no guarantee of income, no guaranteed paycheck, nothing. And there's bills due. So you've got to go make it happen. So I don't know if I could live that way. I need to have that next level of pressure that's pushing me.
Wow. That's a tough one. I think you got to look in the mirror and kind of love the entrepreneurial spirit, Ronnie. You got to love the spirit.
Well, that was a good answer, and I like that, Chris. I'll tell you what mine is. So the one big one for me is just, I think I'm going to keep saying this every year until I get it right, but I learned a lot of valuable lessons about hiring employees. I'm still currently right now trying to find 2 good salespeople to join my organization and to be raised up and train and grow into it. But each person, I've got like 75 resumes, and each person I look at is teaching me a new lesson. And I think the thing for 19, by the end of 19, when we do this again in December of 2019, I want to be able to say I mastered this aspect of hiring. Like I figured this out. I've got a formula now. And so whenever I interview someone, they go right through the system and they come out. I mean, I don't ever want to be an HR manager, but I think I need to master this one aspect.
I was reading something the other day. The guy was like, he has never mastered hiring. He just mastered being able to get rid of people quickly. What do you think about that?
I think that is definitely something that has to happen. I have been one that has held on to people far too long, and it didn't help either one of us. You know, so the best people out there that I know hire really slowly and fire really quickly. But, you know, there's a lot of little intricacies to it. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to bring somebody on and to load them up for success and to get them ready for success. And I'm struggling with that. I'm failing at that.
Does hiring tell you a lot about yourself also?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, for instance, we did a little assessment of everybody that works for me. And I have hired everybody with the same personality traits. Everybody in the office has the same traits, and it's like that is a F. I've got an F- right now, so I've got to get other people that have different personality traits that can come in and help me.
That's right. Class, we're gonna bring you on. Please, if you want to come on, even you, Chris, if you want to come on, just put your name and your city and your handle, your Gmail, so I can bring you on with Google Hangouts. Beezer, hey, what up, Beezer? I got your email. I'll get that data to you for Florida. All right, Ryan. I asked you so many questions, man. I mean, we could go on for days.
Oh, well, let me go ahead and get you a question then, because I'll just ask you one, but let me ask you this one because I really want to hear your answer to this. I have been anti-text messaging systems in my business. But after watching you and Eddie talk a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh, man, I really need to be looking at this. So what have you learned and what do you plan on implementing for your business when it comes to text messaging in 2019?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. And once again, I'm a dinosaur. Class, if you don't know it, I'm a dinosaur. I'm 40. I just had a birthday. I'm 43. I'm a dinosaur when it comes to the internet and this thing right here, which I think this is where the future is. And even for you, Ronnie, I think that buying and selling cars, I think the whole industry is going to change, the automotive and the house industry. I think we're going to be buying and selling houses on our phones eventually.
Right.
I really do, though. I think you're going to be able to, transfer that blockchain stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to focus. Huh?
Give me one specific on what you plan on implementing, like your list or what? Okay, sorry.
I'll get into that. Yeah. Not only text messaging, text messaging for rent by owners. I'm converting people that want to just rent their homes. I'm converting them into lease options or rent to own, so we can take them over and do sandwich leases. But not only that, but it's another thing called a voice blast, a ringless voice blast, which I'm learning now. As a matter of fact, that's thanks to Brother Chris. I have seen it. You know how you see stuff in passing.
It shows up the internet voicemail without ringing.
Ringless, dude. It goes right. It doesn't even ring. So when the person checks the voicemail, they hear you talking, and they call you back.
Nice.
Those two things are things that I'm implementing. Matter of fact, as we speak, on top of other piles of crap that we got to do. How about you, brother, man? What are you thinking about?
I am interested in looking into text messaging to not so much go after prospects, but to nurture my clients. Like retain. Like when I'm looking at my email inbox right now, there's like over 11,000 emails in my inbox, and I have 3 inboxes. So like there's 30,000 emails on this screen right here, and I don't open them all, so I open the ones that I have to act on. I open the ones that I have to react to. I open those things, but every single text message, I see it. I see every single text message. So if I need to tell you, hey, Chris, your lease is up in 6 months, we need to have a meeting. Wow. I would love to be able to text that to you, and it's like so much easier to track. Plus I can tell you your title work's ready. Your loan docs are ready. It's time to service your car, whatever it is. But I'm like, man, I'm missing the boat on it. I'm a dinosaur too.
Dude, you're driving around, Ronnie. Everybody's like, I swear, they're driving a freaking car doing this, man. I mean, all they're doing is looking at their phone.
I sent 600 emails out last month, and I get some responses. But like I was watching you and Eddie, and you were like, man, it doesn't matter if they respond or not. They saw the text message. They saw it.
Yeah, they did. Everybody wants to know, who's this text messaging me?
Yeah, I don't want to spam. I want to use it to nurture and cultivate and grow. But, it's crazy.
Not even with that, Ronnie. I mean, we talk about retention is the new acquisition. If we keep that mindset, retention is the new acquisition. Dan Kennedy said that. Even with my clients, man, I want to just say, hey, how you doing? And with my tenants, what's going on? If there's a problem, we can send them a text message. What up, kid?
It's all about the relationship.
Sorry. Retention, relationship. But what do you think about people or industries, Ronnie, that don't embrace this, which I have been one of those up until now?
I have been one of those up until now too. I think that it's funny because I've been trying to see like who has text messaged me. Verizon has. And I'm usually really happy when they do. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a new upgrade available or something's going on that I want to know. They have emailed me already, and I didn't even read the email.
Wow.
And then I get the text message, and I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. So I'm telling you, I was real against it. Like, I don't want to spam my customers. I don't want to cross that barrier. But I think that it's too late. It's like people are expecting you to text message them,
Mm-hmm.
And we got to stay ahead of the curve if we can. We got to get in the game and figure out ways to implement it in our businesses that'll help give us a positive return.
I think we're in trouble, dude. If you ain't on this damn cell phone run, I think you've done. I really do.
Websites, everything, man. It's all mobile.
Yeah, they got to be mobile.
Notice the websites just scroll now. My website is outdated, and so I'm working right now to change it. It has a side scrolling mechanism, so you have to click on the top buttons. Nobody does that anymore. So guys, if you have a website and it has like it's called a navigation bar, you can check on trusted partners, specials, whatever it is. that stuff is dead. It's got to just scroll top to bottom. And a good example for you guys, go look at Apple's website. Go just type in Apple and Google it and start scrolling, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, there's no negative space. The entire screen is used, and it takes you from top to bottom. Nice. So yeah, you're going to see that real soon from me. My website's going to change.
Okay, so we got that. Internet. Hey guys, stop screaming. Sorry. Okay, so we got health-wise, Ronnie. Is this something you wanted to knock on first?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about what your goals are. I've got my specific goals. I want to, I'm working on getting my black belt in Taekwondo. So
where are you at now?
I'm what's called a red belt. So I have red senior 2, Bodon. So I got like 4 or 5 belts, but that's like, you know, it's starting to become a reality. I'm starting to get closer and closer to that. So I'm keeping that goal and keeping moving up that ladder to black belt.
Nice. That is so cool.
What are yours? 19.
Hold on, before I get to that one, doing the black belt, does it do anything? Is it like a cardio, or is it muscular training, or what is doing that?
There's balance. There's mental toughness. You know, we got to break boards, man, that are an inch thick, and you have to do them and using different parts of your body.
Really?
Yeah, man. I like jumping, spinning roundhouse. I mean, you got to do that and break the board, and your toes have to go back. I mean, it's like, it's a mental challenge. Also being able to hold the specific kicks and forms and remembering all the forms all the way back, you know, so.
Keeps your mind tight.
It does, and it's also helping me with flexibility. I mean, I really don't have any aches or pains at 49 years old, and I attribute a lot of that to Taekwondo because we are moving a lot, you know, and so I like it.
Okay, I'm about to look into that. Taekwondo, huh? Yeah, man, for me, I am going to cut back on my drinking, my alcohol intake. For my family that doesn't know, I was raised by an alcoholic. Well, shit, we were raised by alcoholics.
I am an alcoholic.
Yep. So I'm cutting back on my drinking. So I'm being transparent with my family. If you hear, you know, I'm all about being transparent.
You're
cutting
back
on my universe. Huh?
You're putting that out in the universe. For the class, I quit drinking in 2013. So it's been a curse on our family for generations, like hundreds of years. And so to hear Chris say he's going to cut back in drinking is, it's like, wow.
Not that I'm not heavy on it, but during the holidays, I'm like, man, I overindulged a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? I feel it. I can feel the fat from the carbs, from the sugar and the alcohol. And I'm like, yeah, from 19, I'm coming back on that. But not only that, yeah, my other one was sugar intake. I'm just so done with sugar, dude. You know?
I know, man. I'm trying to find a good, healthy alternative, but I love sugar, man. Anything sweet, I just want to eat it up.
You know what? I've got a pill line that you can take. Let me see if I got it right here. I'll show you what it is.
While he's gone, is there anybody that wants to jump in on the chat and get on the video?
I can't find it. I'll put it in the description. If you want to jump in. I got a pill you can take, Ronnie. Check this pill out, dude. I forget. I think it's called. It's a sweet pill, Ronnie. It's all natural, right? You put it in your mouth, you pop it in, right? And it dissolves. So I take these things, and after it finishes dissolving, everything you eat tastes 100 times sweeter.
Oh, right? My goodness. Does it cause cancer in like 2 weeks?
I don't know. It might, man. It's supposed to be natural. But check this out. So you pop it in, right? And your taste buds are screwed. So you try to eat, or everything you eat some is like, you can't even take a bite of it.
Really? I need that. Because at nighttime, I'm want to get sugar cravings. I need that. So I can pop that in my mouth at night and I'm good to go?
Well, what you can do is, once you pop it in, you drink lemon, take water and put lemon water, and it literally tastes like you're drinking the sweetest lemonade you've ever had. And you can take lime, right, and put it in there, and you drink it, and it just makes your taste buds just blow up. But if you try to eat something sweet, you can't even take it. It's so sweet.
Oh man, I can't wait till you get that. Text it to me later.
All right. So sugar, I'm down. Yeah, I'm cutting back on my sugar. You and I both work out. We run. I think we've been blessed to have that routine.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about losing 100 pounds and all that stuff. That's just for me though. But if anybody wants to talk about that, please put it on the handle we're bringing in. All right, so we got our help. Now, wealth, Ryan. Regarding you, what is your definition of wealth? If someone were to ask you, how do you define wealth?
I like the Chris Rock analogy of what wealth is. Being rich is one thing, but it's real selfish if you're rich and you can't help anybody. Like if you only have $1 million and you're only able to pay your own bills and pay your own stuff and you can't help anybody, you're not wealthy. And so like Chris Rock said that, rich people, it's just one singular thing. It dies with them. But like when you have someone that's wealthy, everybody around them becomes wealthy. So like, that's what I want to do. I want to transcend being rich. I want to be wealthy. I want people around me to, when they do business with me or they come to work with me, they also get wealthy. And it just goes generation to generation. So, and it's not always money, money is a big part of it, but it's not always money. It's the way we think, the way we live. Yeah. Your time is your biggest currency. So, being able to use that properly.
Gotcha.
What about for you? What does wealth mean to you?
Well, wealth in my small microcosm, I think that's why I like talking to you, because you think in the macro, if you will. Wealth in my micro world is where the income comes in passively every month without me having to be there or having little time in that space to generate that money.
Right.
So I'm able to take, and it still transcends to my time too. Yes, sir. No, it's raining. Yeah. It transcends. It further gives me time.
Yeah.
Because it's disproportionate. My time is disproportionate to the amount of money that comes in. Yes, sir. Morgan, I'm almost done. We can go outside. It's raining. It's pouring down raining. I'm sorry, class. Daddy daycare. So it comes in every month without us having to be there. That's kind of where I'm at.
I think that was been my 10-year plan for a long time, is for my business just to run without me. I obviously I need to show up, but I don't want to be the locomotive behind my business 10 years from now.
That's a hard one to get over, Ronnie. I mean, I'm like, even if I were to give you my phone, do you even know how to handle it,
Yeah, it's tough. I feel like I'm the only one in the world who wants to do what I do.
Yeah, you know what? There is no entrepreneurial club that we can go hang out with and somebody, what the dude told me the other day, he went to work. He's like, yeah, so I had to cover somebody's shift. I'm like, man, do you know how cool it would be for somebody to freaking cover my shift?
Yeah. Like and the work still get done? Like you come to work and there's money made and you weren't there?
Wouldn't that be something?
I don't think it shouldn't be a wish or a dream. It should be a goal. Like,
yeah, that's a good one.
We should reverse engineer that. Like, how are we going to get there? And it goes back to my 19 goal is hiring the right people, putting the right systems in place, process, people. Sorry. Yeah. People, process, product. That's where you got to go.
But can you use the virtual assistants to sell cars over there? Do you have to see the person?
Yeah, I mean, you have to sign documentation. I mean, virtual assistants, I'm glad you said that because that's something I have to get done in 2000.
That goes back up to here?
Yeah, man, I have to have virtual assistants take over certain aspects of my business. So whether it be the text messaging stuff we're talking about or lead generation where they're making cold calls on Craigslist or whatever it is, I need to at least implement one VA for the year 2019. Thank you for reminding me because I need to write. I'm writing that down right now.
Well, I know that's right here. VAs. I'm getting a little feedback in your ear, bubble.
Are you? How about now?
Yeah, just a little bit. What Well, VAs really, they will change your business, dude. I mean, you can have, I know people that have got 10 of them, man. They're running the whole shit, and you just check in.
Wow.
But that goes towards more, internet. And anyway, man, every business is global because you can hire people from all over the world, right? They don't got to be in your same city.
That's true. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Tell me how you plan to change, or have you thought about your friends, Ronnie? Tell me about, do you have any friends you like to change or spend less time or more time with different ones?
I don't have a lot of friends, man. I mean, like, I have a lot of acquaintances. I've got a lot of people that I know, but I thought about that driving to work today. Like, I need some people in my life that are mentoring me. I need to be trying to enter some different circles that help expand my thinking. But like, I've got like one really good friend, and the rest of the people I just see them when I'm working or networking or something. I mean, I don't.
Was that the guy I met when I was out there that came to the house?
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what do you think your friends? Okay, well, we have to have people around us that are pouring into it. Do you have? My thing is, I want to hang out with people that are gonna pull me up. I'm supposed to try to pull them up every day,
Yeah, I think in the past I've confused people that work for me as friends, so like, I think they can be friends, but I would like to have more friends that aren't actually on payroll, like they have their own stuff going on. I mean, like, that's why I enjoy these Fridays, because there's no money on the table. There's none of that stuff. And so, yeah, man, that's a tough question for me. I've never been required to have like a crew, so, but I would like to have some new acquaintances and some new friends that are doing some different business deals or doing some different things that I want to learn,
I think, well, for me, it's kind of like I get to learn from them. I didn't learn. You think I learned this VA shit from real estate?
No, you learned it from Tim Ferriss.
Well, not only him, I learned it from him, but just being able to implement it. You can read the book, but he doesn't show you how to implement it.
Okay.
I learned that from other different businesses, but who would have thought you could use a virtual assistant in real estate?
I need a virtual assistant. I need to build a list. I need to do I've got so many things I need to do for the year 2019.
Well, let's pour it out. Build on a list of prospects, you saying?
No, like you have an email list. I want to work on that. Like, I have thousands of emails, but I don't have them in a specific list. And so I need to work on capturing that data a little bit better.
I got you, dude. I told you I had an epiphany this morning in the gym. I already got it all laid out in my mind how we're going to make your list.
You're going to help me with that?
I already got it. Yeah, I already did it all.
Okay.
Yep. It's going to be so cool. Your list is going to go like this.
Okay. How much is that going to cost me?
We'll work that one out on the back end. It's weird because I'm thinking about, I constantly have you in my mind, and I really want to step out of just being a real estate guy. I want to kind of be a business guy, so.
Right. Yeah, man, me too. I want to just be I want to be a real entrepreneur. I think if you really look at what I am, I'm a business owner. I think what makes me an entrepreneur is that I also own real estate investments and I have to manage them. But I would like to own a t-shirt company, or what I really want to own is a car wash. Anybody out there? I want a car wash, man. They just cash cow.
Cash generator, yeah. All right. So for me, Ronnie, I'm on a hunt always. I don't know if you ever, sometimes I put it on Facebook, but one of my skills is to be able, a superpower is, as Brunswick says, one of my superpowers is being able to just establish new relationships with people. I met a guy just the other day that owns an ice cream shop. I just run ads online. I'll say, hey, real estate entrepreneur looking to meet other business guys. So we'll go get a coffee and I get to meet different. Remember I told you I met the car transport guy.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, so I get to go ahead. I meet these guys and I can see, it's so weird. When I'm hanging out with them, I can identify the links of where the bottleneck is,
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I know the bottlenecks in my business are dealing with new prospects for tenants. I'm the only person, I need to screen them all.
Right.
But yeah, my goal is to hang around guys, man, to honestly, Ronnie, they're doing better than me.
Have you thought about doing Why don't you use property managers? Why do you manage all of that stuff?
I don't know. You know what? The first thing is the ones that I know the majority of them in my area. I just don't like their attitudes.
Really?
I just don't like their attitudes. And one of them managed a property for my wife, and what they did, and this lady owned 80, she managed 80, 90 properties. They get the rents in, the majority, and not all of them, the majority of them get the rents in, right? They do whatever repairs need to be done. They charge you for it, and then they take off the rent. They send you what's left over. And sometimes they don't even do the work right.
Wow.
And that's just around here, you know. And I'm sure there's some great ones in the area, but I haven't met anybody and a lot of mine are, you know, these tenants that I have around, they just go to the bank and they do direct deposit in the bank. It ain't like I'm not doing any repairs or anything.
Okay, so but like, oh, all right, so you don't do repairs like the stuff that I do. Like the property manager manages the repairs. They keep money on escrow, and they just go fix the sink or they go fix the toilet or whatever, and I don't even need to be called.
Yeah. I think that's a great strategy. We'll see. You're a passive guy, you know, so I'm already in it every day anyway.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
I think what you're doing is right. So yeah, you don't want to get calls like me, man. But I'm ready to attack whatever problem I have. You ask me. Go ahead, Ronnie. You go.
Vacation. So we're looking at we're getting into a lot of skiing up in Breckenridge and Vail, and we're going to start doing more of that. So we're actually looking at making sure that we have those times blocked out so that we can be in the mountains as much as we can. So nice. I think vacation is important, man. Like you got to take it seriously. Your downtime, your recharge time. Did I ever tell you about the whole big fireworks show? Like, why are we all waiting for the big fireworks show? You know, if you talk to your financial planner, if you talk to people like, when I retire, man, I'm going to Egypt. Shit. It's like, why are we waiting for the big fireworks show? I'm going to be sick probably, you know, when I'm 75 years old. It's like, I don't want to be going to Egypt then. I want to try and do more vacations as I'm, you know, well, I'm not young anymore, but, you know, in my 50s. So like, I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Romania. I want to go to places where I can see castles. And so I'm trying to implement those and plan those out. So I'm not waiting for that big fireworks show, man.
Yeah. You know what? In the book, Steve Cook talks in the book Life in Air, he talks about that. Why are we working our whole lives to live 8 or 10 years after we retire? You know, then you get sick and you can't do shit.
My dentist was like 71. And I remember he was like, I'm closing down the shop. I was like, all right. I saw him at dinner like 2 months later. And then like 6 months went by and I was like, hey, how's Tom doing? Oh, he died. It was like, what? He had worked all his life, finally closed the shop. And within like 6 or 8 months, he was gone.
Oh my God.
I would like to have those memories built up over the next 15 years instead of waiting for the fireworks show.
What's going on? Get the dog, stop eating the shoe. All right, so we got that vacation. Oh, okay. Well, vacation for me, yeah, right now. I want to do it right now. I'm setting money aside every month, dog.
Every month.
Every month. I need to make sure, like, our cruise is paid for. We're going, I don't even know, man. The wife plans it, I pay. You know, I don't even know what she says, put money here. And I think that is so important. And the reason I like cruises is because I know my phone will not ring.
You're right. It's just done. You cannot get a phone call on the cruise, man. It was like being a crack addict. And then just like my phone, it's like, it does not work out in the middle of the Yucatan.
I love it. So for me, it's like, what do you need to recharge, class? You know, if you got any comments, what do you need to recharge? We go on our cruises. That way I got no internet, no phone. No one can touch me, thank God. And do you plan yours out a year in advance, Ronnie? How do you do yours?
Yeah, that ski trip that you saw me on last week was planned for a year.
Good.
And then we've got another one coming up in a couple of weeks. Now we're working on stuff for like all the camping trips. They'll be booked by March, you know. So we try to do
close
it.
By, though, right? It's not too far away.
But it could be 4 hours, you know, but it's still not that far away.
That ain't far. Yeah, I'm talking about overseas and stuff.
What's crazy for me is I can't do that stuff right now. Like the time that we want to go on vacation, like we had a Hawaii trip booked, and then the gym teacher for Bren's gymnastics was like, "You cannot go."
Why?
Practice. Yeah, like they won't let her leave. She trains year round, and then they do the meets in the fall. So like starting in September all the way to December, it's like booked every weekend. So
wow,
it's worth
something
it.
you got to do with being
I
dad.
want to get to Hawaii and Disney World soon, though. Anybody want to get brought in? We got to bring somebody in. Realist.
No one wants to be. You know what's weird, Ronnie? I don't know if you know this, but every time I do an interview on my channel, I have asked 20 people. You know, no one wants to be. I'm like, you don't know how hard it is for me to ask these people, and what's so crazy is we need to hear this information brought out because there's no other avenue bringing it out.
Yeah, I don't have a channel. I mean, you look at the news, it's just you're so blind. You know, they're just talking about their agenda. You know, if it's Fox,
propaganda.
It's just propaganda. I mean, it's fun, it's entertainment. But yeah, you're right, man. I mean, I watched Shark Tank. I watched Marcus Lemonis. I mean, the Prophet. I mean, that guy's really good.
He's sharp.
But there's not a lot of places that you can get information on how you're doing today. You know, like I'm struggling. I need to get something going, and there's nobody lifting you up. So I look forward to these Fridays because it just sparks my brain.
You know what? I went to several Christmas parties, and people, I'm asking people, I'm like, who are you going to call to bounce these ideas off of? Who do you talk to? There is no entrepreneur hotline.
No, I mean, during Christmas, you know, people are like, how's business, Ronnie? I'm like, it's great. It's doing fine. But we can't have a deeper conversation because I'm not saying they're wrong and I'm right. I'm saying they work a job, and I'm looking at a bigger picture of how to implement and move pawns around and do chess, you know, so it's a different thing.
You don't even go there, man. I just try to, everybody asks, how's the real estate, man? How's it if I go to?
Fantastic. One Christmas, I'm gonna be like, man, I'm going out of business. Can't make it anymore. Closing the shop. It's all 20 years. We're done. Can't do it. Filing bankruptcy. How y'all doing?
Is that how when you roll up, they're like, how's the car business doing? No doubt you got to have something for them.
I mean, it's hard, man, to explain. Like, okay, man, you know, what are you asking me? You know, like, am I selling anything? Money? Am I making money? You know, am I still alive? I mean,
it's not bad, Clyde. I don't want you to think it's not bad or good.
They just don't understand. They just don't, you know, we're doing great. We're doing great, man. Okay, fine.
Even if it was real crappy, you can't go in there and be like, man, I just lost 10 grand on a deal.
Yeah. And that's happened to me at Christmas time. I've lost like $7,500 and I'm standing there and they're like, how's it going? I'm like, fantastic.
It's so weird when I show up. Everybody's like, man, I know you're good. They see you on YouTube. They're like, the house man, come on in. I just receive it and keep going, Ron.
Yeah.
All right. Crowdfunding, raising money. We didn't get it. Did we get them? Oh, is something else you got?
No, man. I was hoping somebody would want to go live with us.
Come on, class. Nobody wants to come in. Oh well. All right. What is your? I wanted to, before we get off of. Oh, we left vacations. Ronnie, what is your opinion on people that say I'm worth X amount per hour, and they don't want to work for free? What is your opinion on? This is in the entrepreneurial world, not in the hourly, not in the E quadrant. I'm talking about the business owner investor side.
I think that, so my perspective on that is the best example I have is like when you first talk to a lawyer. Like if you call a lawyer and you're like, you have something going on, and the first thing they need to tell you is like, my retainer's this much. And if you're going to start talking to me about this particular document, it's like $300 an hour.
Yeah.
Which it can work if you have that skill set. Like if you're a doctor, okay, you know, you've earned that skill set. If you're LeBron James, you've earned that. You know, you're not putting the ball on the court unless it's $18 million, right? Mm-hmm. But for the majority of us.
But even he worked for free, Ronnie. As a child, he didn't get paid as a young man.
That's true. But like for me, every time I sit with a customer, every time I talk to a new prospect, I'm thinking of how can I earn your business? And I'm going to tell you the way I evaluate my time is I think of my time as $300 an hour. So when I spend an hour with you, I'm trying to earn your business. I don't feel like you owe me anything. I don't feel like you owe me a dime, but I do quantify my time with an hourly number, but I don't charge you that. I mean, I want you to still understand I want to earn your business. You are important to me. You are very valuable. You matter. You know, just because we have different thought processes doesn't mean that I'm better than you or you're better than me. And so what I try to do to encourage people to use me or to work with me is I want to earn your business. I mean, it's put the time in. You know, most of the stuff I do is for free, Chris. When I buy your $50,000 car, you don't spend a dime. I go out and go online, click a button, use my bank accounts to buy that car, ship that car, pay the detailers, cleaners, everything. I've done all of that with my money. And so by the time you see the car, I've spent way more than what you were going to even do. So when people say they won't work for anything, and I'm like, you're probably looking at it wrong.
Well, they might just need to stay in the employee side of the quadrant, perhaps, is what I'm thinking.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So they're thinking about leaving a job where they're getting $200 an hour and they want to, nah, man, you got to give away most of your stuff.
Yeah, give it away. Give it away. I was segueing to that. When I was in the music business, before I really got a publishing deal, I was doing sound. I had a sound company, traveling around doing sound. Drew Hill, Kimberell, you name it. We were doing sound for them, right? Putting up the speakers.
Yeah.
But before I got to that level, I went and volunteered. I just got fired from Hampton University. I went and worked for free, Ronnie, for a local sound company. I showed up. I worked for free, dude. Sometimes a guy would give me 30, 40 bucks at the end of the night, right? But I was rubbing elbows with different entertainers and different engineers. Worked for free for this guy for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
2 years, dude. He might have, he'd give me a few dollars here and there. One day, he called me up and he said, Chris, I want you to do this job for me. He has to be out of town. I need you to do a job for me. So at that instant, my company got the opportunity to come in and run the sound for the entire show, all my equipment.
Because you earned it.
That's my point exactly. I showed up on time already for free, not getting paid anything. I showed up on time. I stayed late, did whatever the man asked me to do. And I'm like, you know what? This stuff really does work.
Well, let me tell you something, man. That's funny you mentioned that because when I first moved to town 18 years ago, I went to corporations, to the HR department. If any of you guys are in HR, you know what I'm talking about. Like the HR department manages employee benefits, ancillary benefits, health, finances, 401k packages. And I talked to the HR managers and said, listen, I'm going to bring you a valuable benefit. I'm going to do lunch and learns at your corporation once a quarter. I'm going to give your employees information on the car business, leasing versus buying, winterizing your vehicle, how to maintain your vehicle. So I did that for years. Like I remember the first time I went and did one and 3 people showed up and I had brought pizza and all this stuff. I did that stuff for free. And then it became 1 car deal a month, 2 car deals a month, 3, 4, 5. And then it was like, I walk in the front door of the place and all 800 people in that organization are like, there's Ronnie. Ronnie's here, because they knew me. But I had to earn that. You know what I mean? And I did that for free forever. And I still do stuff like that. It's like, it's actually so fun for me to do stuff for free for people, just to sit down and educate them so that they don't have to make the same mistakes I made. I think it's fantastic.
Well, my notes here the notes that I had was, not only are we not afraid to work for free, I personally welcome it. I welcome it because even the good book says, the more you sow, you don't worry about what you're reaping. If you just keep sowing, it automatically comes.
It's so simple, nobody gets it.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. You're
all
right.
Right. Okay, so the last one was crowdfunding. Did you want to? Is there something else you wanted to cover before we get to the crowdfunding? This is my favorite.
I need you to talk to me about crowdfunding, guys. I am a novice to crowdfunding. I don't know what it means. I don't use crowdfunding, but maybe I should. So go ahead, Chris, talk about it.
I mean, it ain't like it's that big of a deal. All it is raising money from ordinary people.
I don't know what it means. I've never used it.
So as opposed to using a bank, you have used it, Ronnie. You used your people. I mean, weren't you dealing with Steve? Is not a bank.
No, he's not a bank. He would be like an investor. He's an investor.
Okay, so he's an investor, you know. So crowdfunding is all you're doing is you're going to the crowd to look, you know, America or our finance. The news makes it sound like it's so deep, but all you're doing is asking for money from ordinary people. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal. Like we use ordinary people to finance our real estate transactions.
Ah.
And we touched on that a little bit at the beginning as we were getting started, how my lender called that note. And I just needed to make sure that I'm always looking for new money.
Okay.
Because I'm good at doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses, but I'm like, I need to be focusing on doing 10. You know, at a different time. Well, I don't know. I don't want to be the 10 a month guy. I've been there. I don't. It's not my lifestyle, but I'm talking about having the ability to buy at any time, whether I've got 5 in the pipeline. If I want to pick up one more, I can.
Okay.
And doing crowdfunding, in my opinion, I kind of slacked off on it at 18 because I had I had access to a bunch of capital.
Right.
And I heard the same thing you said when I asked you too. Do you need to get more money? First thing you were like, "Nah, I'm good."
You know, it's funny you mentioned that though, because I think right now is a really good time, like specifically today. I think right now is a good time to secure financing, to secure capital, because the market is doing so well. If you wait until the market starts to change and you actually need the money at that point in time, it's going to be more difficult to get. So even though I said I don't need any money right now, I actually just reapplied for my line of credit to extend it out because I know, you know, this is not going to stay like this forever. There's going to be a time where I'm going to need to access that cash and invest it in my business. So right now is the time to be looking for money.
That's right, brother. That's right. Look for it. Oh my goodness.
You don't need it.
And I heard
you don't need it. You should be looking for it.
Yep. When you don't need it, yes, man.
When you
I
need
love
it, it's too late. You know, now it's a GoFundMe.
It was weird. Money attracts when you don't need it. Like people just give it to you.
Yeah, man. I turned down a credit card. I got one sitting right here on my desk. It's like Discover. You know, like I'm like, oh wow, another credit card. You know, they're like, you need it 250,000 in cash. I'm like, no, I don't want the debt.
All right. Well, I got another thing. We're bringing on another training at 2, Ronnie. As a matter of fact, my other thing, I'm going to start training live where people come in and we do consultations on what we can do to help them in their business. We're going to be doing that live at 2 o'clock today. So when I get done with my brother, I'll see you guys back here at 2. But Ronnie, see if we got any questions for today. Anything else you wanted to cover with our topics?
No, man. I do want to wish you and your family all prosperous 2019. Thank you for coming out here for Thanksgiving. And it's just been wonderful to watch you grow as a human being. And I'm just so excited to see where the next year takes us. And one thing we need to do as well is we need to get something else on the calendar that we can be working towards, like whether it be next Thanksgiving, Memorial Day. We need to get something on the calendar by the end of January on when we're going to get together.
I thought we were doing Memorial Day.
Are we doing that again without Joyce?
Yeah.
I haven't heard about it. I would love to. I like that trip. It was fun.
Chris signing another deal. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, that's what I was hoping to do.
Okay.
Let's see if we got any questions here. Realist Joe, what up? Boston. Wow. Did you see any questions, Ronnie, or will you just see Aaron needs the 7-Up pound cake recipe? Just email me, I'll give it to you.
I'm looking, man. I don't see any questions, but I'm checking.
Realist is just too much, man. Sasia, first time here, New Jersey, Newark. I love that name, Sasia. Is it Sasia? Rob, thank you for detail on the subject to paperwork. Yes, sir. Anyway, that's what we do. Isaac wants to know if he should focus on wholesaling first and master that, or should I focus on subject to deals also? Isaac, you're in Memphis. I'll be down in Nashville next month at the Ron LeGrand Summit. Ronnie, wholesaling is in real estate, just like in cars. You get it for X and then you add a few dollars on.
Right on.
Should he focus on yeah, wholesaling, Isaac. Yeah, you need to focus on wholesaling. Subject to at this moment, I don't know. It's an advanced strategy. I'm not. I don't want to get into the strategy of subject to in this training, but I will do that at 2 o'clock today. Wholesaling, yeah. Get your wholesale understood first. What up, Troy? For me, Isaac, when I got started, there was no subject to training. There was no lease option training. It was no internet training at all. So I had to learn this shit from somebody that was in my area doing it. I just got blessed.
Nice.
This dude said I'm old. Yeah, that's true. I am pretty old. Oh, Danny says, yeah, we got one with Lawrence. That was a nice one. Thank you for coming. Danny, thanks for coming. True Focus. Hey. No more, Ronnie?
I'll say something to Danny Ramos. Like,
yeah.
So Patrick Bet David says either you're going to tell your story or somebody else is.
That's right.
So you may not be on social media, but somebody's talking about you on social media. He says that he's not even on social media.
Oh, man, bad move.
Like, so, like, if you're building,
I hate it.
Somebody else will dictate who you are by a review or a write-up or a blog or whatever. You want to be able to put yourself out there every month. This is
my Lord.
This is what I'm doing. And that way there'll be more than one story if someone's trying to look you up. And it might not matter now, but 10 years from now, when you're trying to do some business, you're trying to grow something or buy a business or whatever, you don't want somebody else to be telling your story. You want to get out there and tell your story, Danny.
Talking, Ronnie. That is so true. Because what's going to happen is, Danny, just like Patrick and David, yeah, Ronnie and our followers of this guy, something's going to come out, some shit's going to hit the fan, then you're going to be trying to back it up.
Can y'all give me some reviews? I need like 30,000 reviews. It's like, it's too late, man. The only thing we got out there is that you grab somebody's dog when you're at the Walmart. You know, they got a picture of it. It's like,
yep. You can't go after, dude, Danny. So I personally hate social media. I hate the cell phone. I don't want people calling me all day. But that's not what the economy's going to, you know? So either you're gonna do what you want or you're gonna assimilate. Period.
You gotta I don't want to do text messaging, man, but you know what?
I hate it.
It needs to be done.
What, Ronnie, you know what? It takes time to get to that level of awareness.
Yeah.
Because I hate, you know, even like you might text message me, dude, and I'm like, I don't look. I mean, I look at it, but I'm getting back to what I'm doing.
Right.
You know, but I did see it, but I'm still focusing on what I'm looking at. But it's like that's what everybody's doing it.
You won't see the email I sent you for like 3 days, though.
Nah. How many times have somebody said to you? How many times has somebody? Hey, did you get that email? And you're like, dude, I don't, man.
I have no idea, man. Resend it. I had a lady today. She's like, Ronnie, you coming next week? I'm like, she goes, I emailed you twice. I'm like, send it again. Third time's a charm.
You don't even check them anymore.
I'm like,
it will happen to text, Ronnie.
It will happen.
Right. There is no right about it. I mean, it's the truth. It happened to TV. Look at TV. Do you watch? As soon as the commercial comes on, what do you do? What do you do?
Turn the channel.
Like this. No, you either turn the channel or you do this.
But you still see it.
You see it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we went from TV, people are putting money into radio, and then they're putting money into newspapers. Now they're putting money to online. Now they're putting money to, I mean, it's nothing but a cycle.
It's a cycle. Yeah. Crazy.
All
so,
right.
Danny, I hope you get that, man. Get your social media stuff going and tell your story, man. Tell your story.
You're damn right. I want to tell if anybody wants to know about me, they can type my name in. You got thousands of hours. You know exactly who I am, and my brother's the same. We can go to Facebook. Bam.
Yeah.
I can tell my story, not you. This is like, I buy houses. I don't get sold houses. All right, we got one. Huh?
I said, that's right, dude.
Jordan Dunn, what's the process when you refinance on a sub 2? Man, that is a phenomenal question, Jordan. Before, you could just, being that you're on title, you could just refinance that loan out. But now, for class that don't know what a subject to is, we own the house, but we're keeping the loan in the seller's name, right? They deed us the house, loan stays in their name. Depending on the bank you're using, they will do that, but you're going to have to probably go through a local bank, because when the title searcher turns in that title to the underwriter, at the lender, they're going to say, well, why is your name on the house but not on the loan? We don't want to touch it. Jordan, good question, brother. Paul J, what up? Ultimate Bargains, hey. That pill, it's this Google Sweet Pill. It's a pill, Maria. Let
I'm
me see
gonna
if I can
Google
find
it right now, dude.
it. Just
I
Google
want
Sweet
that
Pill.
sweet pill.
Dude, it's a pill. It's a real red pill. And it's going to destroy your taste buds for about 2 hours.
The M-Berry Miracle Fruit Tablet.
M-Berry.
Is that it right there? It's on
It's
Amazon.
the red. It's red box.
Let me see. Yeah, yeah, M-Berry.
Type it in there, Ronnie. In the
Let me share my screen. Is this what you're talking about right here?
Let me see. Say something.
Is that it right there? Do you see it?
Oh, Jesus. That's it.
Is that it?
That's it. Oh, my Lord.
M-Berry.
If you want to destroy, and I mean annihilate, obliterate your taste buds for about 2 hours so that you cannot eat sugar, these shits will do it. And there are no calories, I don't think. But the good thing about it, you suck on it and then you just put some lemonade. I mean, I promise you, Ron, if you take some water and put some lemon juice in it, it tastes like you're drinking straight sweet lemonade. It's great.
I'm gonna order some today.
I got them around here.
I want to end those ice cream cravings at night at 10 o'clock. You know, I just have those cravings. I'm like, I want some ice cream. And it's like killing me, man.
Yeah, you're done. You'll be done. All right. I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. Derek, he wants to own a car wash and a laundromat. Yeah, that's what they're doing around here. They're doing car washes / laundromats in the same building.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. I think the car washes are underrated. I want a nice car wash one day.
Yeah. T. Tunstall, is wholesaling legal in VA? Daniel, just put your Gmail in here. We'll bring you on real quick, then we gone. Type your Gmail in. Is wholesaling legal in Virginia? Yes, it's legal in every state. All you're doing is getting a piece of paper and selling a piece of paper. Daniel McQueen. Hey, Chris, do you tax subject to Evermark property management? Oh, Beezer, am I doing seminars next year? Thinking about it. Not quite sure. I enjoy the internet. Internet's a lot. It gives me the opportunity to talk to more people at once. On your time, when I do a seminar, them shits, I've done them in the past, and they're very trying on my body. Evermark property. Hey, Chris, do you attack a sub-2 deal differently with a house that has a large line of credit and not a traditional mortgage? That's a good one. Not a traditional mortgage. No, as long as that, before you do anything, you have to do a title search to know exactly what the terms of the loan is. Let me tell you about when I bought, had a first and a second. The first was a 30-year mortgage. The second was a 10-year line of credit. So all I did was pay the second down faster because I knew it was going to mature in 10 years. And then I still got this 30-year loan on the first, so I can pay that off in 30 years. But yeah, you need to know. You have to have that. Go down to your courthouse or get a title search and find out exactly what the terms of that line of credit is, because you do not want to get stuck. Like me, what happened to me was I had a 7-year line of credit on one of my houses. Bank didn't like me anymore. They called my loan, got foreclosed on. We done, Ronnie?
Did you get down to Sandrika's question?
No.
There's a couple of them. Somebody wants to know what are our favorite books. But Sandrika asks, is it better to lease a car or buy a car? So, like, I could do a whole video on this, guys. So if your car is stopping you, your car payment, let's say your car payment is $400 a month and you are not investing every month, and you can attach it like, okay, I got a $400 car payment. I can't invest $200 a month. We should use $200 as a benchmark, right? So if you're not doing that and your car payment is taken away from that, then you're doing it wrong. You have to up your thinking on maybe drive less over a car. And then so in comes leasing. It's like, okay, can you drive within the mileage parameters, which is usually 12 to 15,000. However, I'm putting together a program right now for a guy for 20,000 miles a year. It's still going to be like $350 a month on a Jetta. So he's going to do that $350 payment instead of a $500 payment, and then he's going to invest the difference. So he's going to invest $200 a month into his future, into a Roth IRA, mutual funds, stocks and bonds, whatever your risk tolerance is. So Sandrika, I would question you, leasing can help you avert a lot of maintenance costs. I'm a big believer in it, but it's not for everybody, so each situation is unique. However, everybody needs to question themselves. If your car payment is stopping you from investing, we have a problem. We don't need leather and only want to retire. We have to want leather, but need to retire. Okay?
That's a good one. My brother talked to me, and I'm done. I love the number zero. You know what, Ronnie? The number 0. I think we don't give it enough love.
It's a powerful number.
I give no time to car repairs.
Me either. None.
I'm done. I don't want to do it.
It's fantastic. 3 years, guaranteed, under warranty the entire time. I've been doing this 23 years. I can't find a better way to do it.
And what I like about it, Ronnie, is this is a segue into the first thing we talked about this morning when I had that epiphany about how we're going to build your list.
Okay.
I like the fact that every car goes to, like you said,
0.
Every one of them. There has not been a car yet that I know of. I don't know. Maybe they go up in value. Do some go up in value?
Let me tell you guys something. If you watch Jay Leno's Garage, if you listen to a Jay-Z song, there's a Jay-Z song that came out with Magna Carta. The last one he did, he said, I bought that Picasso for $2 million. Had my kids, now the art's worth $8 million. These guys aren't buying this artwork because it's pretty. They're buying this artwork, and Jay Leno is buying these cars because they have nowhere else to put their cash. They're not in love with cars. They're not in love with art. They're in love with the money it brings back to them. So assets. Like they literally, if you ever heard of FICA or FDIC, they can't insure any more money. Once you have like $20 million, you can't go to the bank and go, is my money safe? Mm-hmm. Oh man, you only insure for $200,000 in this bank. So you got to have like 80 banks to have $20 million. Okay. So what they do is they go get a car or a piece of art that's worth $2 million. They get it insured by Lloyd's of London. And so that car, if it burns up, if it goes to crap, whatever. And so they buy and trade amongst themselves as rich, wealthy people.
Ultra rich.
Chris, you want this piece of art, man? I'm pulling my cash out. You need this piece of art? And so Chris will be like, yeah, man, I give you $5 million for it. All right, great. So take the car. Stop thinking about these cars as if they're ever going to bring you any money. They're not. They're
for our viewers, Ronnie, for the people that generally speak of our viewers, is a car going to be an investment?
Never. It's never going to be an investment. It's always an expense. Only time it's never an investment. Look, guys, 23 years, and I need to sell you cars to make a living. I don't care what any salesperson tells you about your wholesale value, your resale value. You are not going to make money in your car. You buy it, you pay taxes on it, and you finance all of that. And you're upside down from day one. And so then 5 years from now, it's worth 0. It's the worst investment ever. Like if I came to you and said, invest in my business, man, I need $100,000. And in 5 years, I'm going to give you 0. It's like, why would you do that? But you do it every day with your car, every stinking day. So what I do is a $350 payment on a lease. I get leather, navigation, sunroof, heated seats. And it's a fixed cost. I can tell you I'm going to spend $12,600 over 3 years. It's magical. So, Sandrika, when you ask, is leasing the best option? I don't know. I'd have to look at your financial situation. I have to look at what you're doing. But I'm telling you right now, if you're not looking at it, you're missing the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Ronnie, final thoughts so I can get out here, get ready for the next thing.
Guys, 2018 is done. We are going to wrap it up in a bow. And like I said earlier, let's not worry about it. Let's just take those failures and learn from them and move forward. We all failed this year. I failed dramatically in a lot of areas. And so what we have in front of us right now is 365 new opportunities. They're blessings. So let's work on it. Let's implement these goals and let's rock it out for 2019.
Good. I love it. I love it. Yes, Jakes was saying my final thought, class, other than please give us a thumbs up on the channel, not in the chat. We need a thumbs up by the description. Class, last time, make sure you subscribe to our channels, like the content, share it with any other entrepreneur that can benefit from this content, because you ain't going to get this nowhere else. My brother and I take time to bring this to you.
I love working for free.
There you go. There you go. What's crazy is the more you work for free, the more the money just shows up. It just knocks on your door, dog. So Jakes was saying, oh, I don't know where you are in your life, whether you're 20, 30, 40. I can tell you that from the numbers that I've seen, the majority of people that watch my channel are from 27 to 60.
Okay.
The majority of people. I can just from the what is it called? Analytics.
Analytics, yeah.
Let's just say 30 to 60, you know. So whether you're right at 30 or you're approaching 60, I challenge you to look at what you have left as opposed to look at what you have lost. If you're not a homeowner yet, you still have the opportunity to do that. If you're like my brother, if you haven't invested in any type of business, you still have the time to do that. Look at what God has blessed you with, what's left, as opposed to looking at the past. That's I just want to leave.
I love it.
So yeah, I want to leave that because I know a lot of us, even for me, I'm like, man, we're so freaking entitled. I'm not gonna. My wife kind of says, you know, I got my master's degree. I need to be doing this. I need to have this. I'm like, that shit is over. That stuff of you judging I wish I could go kill. Who are the Joneses, man? Can I go? I could kill the Joneses. Who cares? I live in a 1,800 square foot house, but I'm comfortable. My payment is affordable, and I'm like, if you call me, we have time. Ryan and I have time to bring this value to you. Not worried about what else everybody else is doing. And I urge you, even from my brother, he has different lifestyle than me. Not worried about it. It makes him comfortable. When he comes home at night, he's happy with that lifestyle.
Being grateful. You're just talking about being grateful.
Being grateful for what you got. I promise you, it's better than being in South Africa in Soweto. I've been there. Hey, Bubby, want to say goodbye?
If you need a goal for this year, class, if you need a goal that can help you reach new levels of success, get up in the morning on the 1st. Think about this for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then get up on the 1st and thank God that you're healthy and you got out of bed. Thank God that your kids are healthy. Thank God that your spouse is happy. Before you go to work, and watch how your day just gets easier and easier and easier because you're no longer ungrateful for not enough money, not enough real estate transactions, not enough car deals, whatever.
I'm not where I want to be in life.
Right. Yeah. Once you start being grateful for the little things that are actually the biggest things in your lives, trust me, man, your life will just become magically way better than you ever thought it could be.
Yeah, that's right. All right. I love you, my brother.
Love you too, man. Happy New Year. And I want to see Billy. We'll talk on New Year's Eve. Maybe we'll go live from whatever crazy parties we're at. I'll bring you up on my channel.
Roundup family, I love you. Thank you for allowing us to pour into your life. God bless you. Talk to you soon. I'll be back on here at 2 o'clock, and then I got another one at 4. So we're getting real estate cranking today too. I'm just home with the kids. You can say goodbye. Bye-bye. All right, peace.
All right, bro.